Okay, this definitely works. Totally works. Okay. Hey friends, how is everyone doing? Uh, we're in the middle of an ice storm right now, so I'm hanging out in the bunker. I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you to the new subscribers. I'm super pumped. We hit 300, and we're a little bit past 300, so it's nice to have some movement. It's nice to be going forward. Well, we're back on the axe, the split axe, and we're down to a little contour. And after swinging it, I know that my edge is pretty sound. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time on it right now. I want to, now that I know that it works, I want to work on this part of the handle, which I'm not necessarily happy about. Not only do I not like the way it feels, but I don't like the weight that this thick handle is adding to the overall experience of swinging it. It's bulky, it doesn't feel great in my hands, and don't get me wrong, this is a nice handle. This is a Whiskey River handle. It is dirty, but it is mostly all, well actually it is all sapwood. And here's another one from Beavertooth. I think this is a 36. But you can see, as I'm kind of showing, I mean, where are we at in the big scheme of things? And that's why calipers that I've mentioned before, if I can find mine, old school. Let's see, here we go. Okay, so we're just going to go a very consistent handle. Now we'll take it over to the old bench rule. 13/16 is about what I generally like, or a little bit smaller, and we're at a righteous inch here. And it's pretty darn consistent, you know, good for them. I'm feeling this, and you know, I have to say, I haven't replaced my scale. My scale went haywire, and I haven't really found something to, or I just haven't bought it yet. But I would be interested to know what these guys weigh. I do know one thing. What I don't like is the weight out here. Now here it is. This is a little bit thin as far as I'm concerned. This is a Killinger single 30-inch. Don't get me wrong, I am not saying that I don't like it. I love this handle. Oh, there's my dudes. Here it is. Let's go. Oh my. We're probably around 3/4 here. Just looking at it. Three-quarters, which is it's thin. A handle this thin is going to test how good of an axeman you are, and it's sort of an egg shape too. It's even thinner here at the bottom. So it tapers down to roughly, I'd say 5/8. I'm going to guess 5/8. Yeah, we're actually a little heavy on 9/16. So this is a thin handle. It's gorgeous. You know. It's elegant. But the reason, I mean, the reason that there's a lot of reasons that they make these handles this big. It gives somebody the ability to customize. I don't think there's much else that you could do with this handle. And you take any more off of that handle, and you're just asking for trouble. But this is more of an oval. There's nothing wrong with making it custom and still leaving a lot of the meat. I think another reason that they leave these big is just for warranty purposes. They don't have to worry about a lot of breakage. I mean, if they because they can go over the phone. Well, have you altered the handle? You know, and you send a picture to them, and they're going to know. And if you alter the handle, well, there you are. No dice. But it does boil down to balance, like I said in the last video. Getting that balance point as close to here as you can with the shorter handles. So, where to take it off, how much to take off, you kind of have to just experiment, take a little bit at a time, just sort of back into it, and then once you get to the point that you have a clearer picture of what you're doing, it becomes a little more intuitive. And thinning a handle, you usually know where you want to thin it. I'm not going to take much off of this. I just want to make this comfortable, and I want to make sure that what we remove on one side is the same amount that we remove on the other side. And you can get to the point where you kind of know, you can tell by feel and whatnot, but how do you get there? Bottom line is you can have a larger handle and it can be comfortable. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is start by thinning this area, maybe, and checking it with my hand. You know, when it feels comfortable, I'm going to stop. I'm not trying to make a fancy handle here. I'm trying to make a reliable axe that's going to split wood, that has the right angle on the bit, that stands the test of time. Now, I'm not saying it's going to withstand abuse, but that's another topic. But we're gonna make this nicer. So, and how we get there, I'm gonna break it down here. At least how I do it, and at least give you some. If you're new to hafting and it's a little daunting, thinning a handle, hopefully this will give you some direction. And again, these are just guidelines. This is how I do it. Everybody has different experiences, comes from different backgrounds, different purposes, different reasons for getting into axes. So it really, it's a good thing to take a little bit from this guy, take a little bit from this guy, learn the principles. There are certain principles that are hard to get away from, and then making it your own. So anyway, let me get set up, and we'll get started. I'm going to show you a little thing that I've developed that has a two-pronged purpose, with a draw knife and the farrier's rasp and a Sharpie. And then you kind of, once you start getting confidence with this, then you don't have to use the Sharpie, and you can kind of eyeball stuff. But if you're worried, or just kind of scratching your head going, well, yeah, I know I need to do something to this handle, but I'm not sure how to go about it, this is why I'm setting this up.